Hi there guys, I'm Sifu Adalik, Master Instructor at Niagara Kung Fu Academy, and thanks for joining me. I made this quick video to give you some insight as to how we build confidence in our kids in our martial arts program. So hopefully you can use these tips to help your kids and any of the kids you work with help develop awesome confidence as well. Last week I spoke about developing confidence in terms of personal achievement, but the other part of that I mentioned was developing confidence in more of a social context. And this is what we work on with our students on their very first day, the first day when they get to class. The first thing we teach them is the importance of eye focus. We say, focus your eyes. Now this is hugely important today more than ever, especially since society as a whole is kind of losing this ability, as we can see in this video here. And in this one here. And as much as this makes sense on a basic common or maybe a not so common sense level, there is a much deeper layer to this. So I got to tell you a story kind of to help with this, right? About 20 years ago, I learned this from a Kung Fu master. He taught me that yes, the body follows the mind, but the mind also follows the body. You see, a common idea is that the mind-body connection is a linear one. You know, you have a thought, a feeling, or a frame of mind, and if your frame of mind is, say, you know, lousy and kind of, you know, bummed out, well, then your body will be kind of slouched over and sluggish. And alternatively, if your mindset is very happy, then your body will be upright and more alert and more likely to move and dance and get jiggy or whatever. So you might recognize the error in that, the limited error in that thinking, in that limited thinking, I mean, and find it obvious, as do I now. But at that time, before I learned the truth, I was a stupid teenager and I was none the wiser, right? When I started to think about that lesson, the mind follows the body and the body follows the mind, I started to realize that, yeah, that's not a linear path at all. The two are interdependent, meaning that, yes, if your thoughts are sluggish, your body will follow that. But also, if your body is sluggish, your thoughts will follow the body, and then your thoughts will be more negative and sluggish as well. As an example, if you're sitting at your desk and you're slouched over and you're breathing very poorly and you know, and you're sitting poorly, you're gonna have less oxygen flowing through to your brain. And if you have less oxygen going through your brain because you're not breathing as well as you could be, then your brain is gonna have poor focus and you won't be alert, and this will make you tired, and that will result in, you know, in poor posture. Whereas if you focus your body and you kind of push yourself to sit up straight, your breathing will be better, which will send more oxygen to your brain, causing you to be more alert. And if you're more alert mentally, well, then your body posture is more likely to reflect that. See, so this behavior can all be started with a conscious decision on what to pay attention to, or as we say in Kung Fu, what to focus on. That's what focus is, right? Now, having said that, let's apply this wisdom to eye contact, focusing your eyes, and how it can be used to develop confidence. When you meet a confident person, typically they'll look you in the eye, they'll introduce themselves clearly and firmly yet politely shake your hand. Now, the hardest part of this kind of introduction for people who lack confidence is typically the eye contact. This is why we start this emphasis with kids right away. If a student is confident mentally, they'll have no problem making eye contact in most cases. But remember, this is not a simple linear path, right? While a confident person can make eye contact easier, a person who makes the habit of eye contact will also develop more confidence over time. The more a person is allowed to, you know, breathe their eyes into their cell phone or into their tablet or whatever, the more they're going to get stuck into that comfort zone, making it more difficult to step out of that comfort zone and interact socially. So by holding our kids accountable and having an expectation of eye contact when they're speaking or when they're being spoken to, the more confident they're eventually going to become. There's also another very important step to this process, and that's Honesty. An honest person will have a much easier time being confident and believing in themselves than a dishonest person. So developing honesty is crucial to that process if you want your child to have good confidence. They have to be an honest person. This is also not a linear path, right? A person who is making eye contact will have a harder time lying typically, unless of course they're like a sociopath, right? That's why people always say, look at me in the eye and tell me the truth, right? Because that will be indicating whether the person, it'll force that person to be honest, right, or bring the truth out more often than not. So eye contact will pressure us to be honest more often. And if you're honest and you have nothing to hide, then you'll also have a much easier time looking at people in the eye, which will lead to more confidence. And if you're confident in yourself, in your beliefs and your actions, then you have nothing to hide. So there's no reason to lie, which will make you an honest person. So I hope all this makes sense, how it's all interrelated. Again, it's easy, relatively easy to say. It's an entirely different thing to put it into practice. But the bottom line is that if we want to have confident kids, we can't get them there without practicing eye contact, and we can't get them there without practicing honesty. Although those two things require a bit of confidence, as we develop them through conscious practice, we can also develop lots of confidence as a result. And then as we do, we develop more honesty and more eye focus. Thanks for watching, guys. I know that you're really busy, and I really appreciate that you're taking the time to listen to this and think about it, because the more we understand this process, the more confident our kids are going to be, and the more confident we can get our kids today, the better leaders we're going to have in our community tomorrow. And as a thank you for watching, guys, I'd like to give you and your family a free 2-week trial in one of our Kung Fu character development classes. That will include a free private lesson with one of our professional Black Sash instructors, and also a set of free uniforms too. And after the 2-week trial, if you decide that this kind of training isn't for you, then no worries. We're happy to let you keep the uniforms and part ways with having had a great experience and also improvement in your child's confidence. Because either way, you're going to see improvements in your child's confidence within the first week. Just click below to take advantage of that trial, and then we'll be in touch very soon. Thanks for watching again. Have a great day.